Morning everybody. So first look at the weather. The sun's just coming up now. Doesn't look too bad over here, but certainly over this way is looking a bit dark and gloomy, and that's the way the wind's coming from. So anyway, we'll push on, get some breakfast, and then we'll see how it's all going. See ya. Good morning everybody. So just in the camp kitchen at the moment, and yeah, unfortunately the weather's not ideal. It's definitely, I heard the wind pick up yesterday evening. Certainly overcast. Forecast is for a bit of rain, and we've checked the forecast because we have a couple of days up our sleeve because of the time that we actually got to start the canoe down the Wanganui River. But the next 4 days, the forecast is basically the same anyway. So we thought, well, rather than hang around, we're not going to get a good or a better day to do the crossing, and then it just puts pressure on us getting back for the canoes if anything goes wrong. So we made the decision we're just going to get it done today. Hopefully we won't get any real rain until 6 o'clock this evening, which means we'll get up and through. I have a bit of a look out there. I already showed you that it's on the east side of the mountain it looked pretty clear, but on the west side it looks a bit ominous, and basically that's a westerly wind coming as well, so it's going to blow that cloud over the mountain. But look, hopefully it's high enough that we can still get in and at least see the lakes and stuff, but I don't know if we're going to be getting any nice mountain views today. But we'll get up there, we'll have a look, and I'll show you what I see. Bye. So this is the Tongariro Holiday Park. I didn't really show it to you yesterday, and these are the cabins, and there's different types. We just took a bare bones cabin, so that just came with a mattress protector and a pillow with a pillow slip, but you had to use your own. Well, you meant to bring a sheet. I just threw my camping mat down and used my own little duvet on top, or my own quilt, sorry. This room over here had all the showers and the washroom in it. Really good. $4 for a load of washing, $4 for a dryer. There's your TV room and stuff like that. And just over there's a little kitchen. Some very basic supplies in a little camping shop, but not a lot. But you can get an ice cream and a cold drink. The guy was really, really nice. So yeah, great little spot. I think the cabin, I think it was $75 or something. It wasn't expensive. So we threw our tents up, dried them out. Anyway, we're going to get going. Those clouds over there, they look really bad in the dim light, but they're not as bad now the sun's come out a bit more. But we'll get going and I'll show you what it's like. See ya. Well, that's where we're heading. That's Mount Tongariro. You can see it's partly covered in cloud, but yeah, the cloud's moving pretty quick, so maybe it'll just blow over and we'll be lucky. All right, we're just going to hang a right-hand turn. I think it's Lake Rangitoto is on the left here. We probably won't get any views of that. And a few K down the road, we hang a right turn up the road to the start point of the Tongariro Crossing. Alright, so almost the end of the road walk in, and I thought it'd be a Tongariro Crossing sign, but it's a Kiti Tahi track. I think that's the track that we're going to be on. Alright, I'll keep pushing. So we just turned off the road now, so we've just got to wander up here a little way, and it's really nice. They've actually got a dock worker there in that ute. Sometimes she sits in the car park up the end here, she said, but she just checked on me coming in just to make sure I had enough supplies, enough water. She said it's amazing with some of the tourists how they rock up, and she's just going to say, man, you're not prepared, go back. So I'll just stroll up here, let the others catch up to me, and yeah, a little bit up here we come to the car park, and then we let the fun really begin. See ya. So this is the car park area just at the top of the road that heads into the walkway. Obviously a bit of an unveiling or something here. I imagine that'll be some sort of Maori monument. And a little bit of information here. They're saying they're 8 to 9 hours, 19.4. Maybe we'll get through a little bit quicker than that. Where are we? Tongariro National Park. Yeah, so we're down, it's Mangiapoto Hut. We're up the top here. I don't know if you can see that. So that's the direction we're going to go. And lots of toilets and that on the way anyway. And the highest point's just up by the Emerald Lakes. So when we hit the Emerald Lakes, there's a little bit of a scree run just up this bit here. Overall, here's our destination all the way over here. We're trying to get over to Whakapapa village down here. A lot of people will stay up here at Mangiapoto Hut. And there's a little bit of a shelter here. I'm just going to sit under there, have a couple of muesli bars and wait for the others to catch me up. And the walkway just starts on the left hand side up there. See ya. So there's warnings all around here. Even though it looks nice, you can't use any of this water for drinking. But yeah, lovely little stream that we're walking beside on the way up. As I expected, lots and lots of steps getting up now. So we just broke the tree line, and that's our first real view of Lake Rotorua. And you can see we won't be in the tree line for a while, but you can start to see the first bit of steam. I'm pretty sure the track goes past those sort of hot pools, and there were signs when I did it over 20 years ago asking you not to go in there and look at them because they're sacred to the Maori. But anyway, we'll keep pushing on. I'll check my elevation. We're about 20% of the way up the last time we stopped, but just stunning. Like, man, imagine if actually the clouds stay away and we get this view today. Just absolutely magic. All right, we'll push on. Well, that puts it in perspective. Ha. I mean, we have walked a fair way before we got to the road, but yeah, we'll keep moving. This helicopter is just back and forth the whole time, so I assume it's dropping off stuff for track maintenance. There's a bit of a bucket under it. I could see it when I was walking down the asphalt road before I even came over here and started on the track. Still a beautiful view of Lake Rotorua, but just getting up high enough now, and if you just peek through this little valley in the hill, that's actually Lake Taupo. And Lake Taupo in itself is a massive crater, an old volcanic crater, and you go to the northern end of Lake Taupo, and that's where the Waikato River actually starts. And the Waikato River, that's the one we followed all through Narrawahia and Huntley and Hamilton, and it kind of comes in somewhere just south of Auckland. So that's actually the longest river in the North Island, and that's where it starts, Lake Taupo, northern end. All right, you can probably hear me puffing, but I just keep pushing on. I just want to get this climb done now and start enjoying what I see at the top. And yeah, and it's all going to be downhill after this for a few days. It's been, as I said yesterday, a total of 2,000 kilometres up over the last 2 days, and here we go again. A big one today, about 1,200, metres, not kilometres. Anyway, there goes the helicopter again. I'll push on. So if you look closely, you can just see the colour of this water with all the sulphur and that in it. Definitely not drinkable water. Well, we sort of head up there and we are going to just get above that cloud line, so hopefully it doesn't reduce the visibility too much and we can still see these lakes and stuff, but or even better still, might get a bit of a breeze and it'll blow it over. Anyway, it is what it is. We'll just keep pushing up and see how we go. Well, that's where we've come from. That's Lake Wirrado, Iowa. You can see in the corner all the toilets are tied down here for wind. Otherwise you'd be in there doing your business and the toilet would blow over. Probably wouldn't be a lot of fun. And we're heading in here, but temperature change definitely. I've been sweating and walking up here just with my base layer only on, and the second I got up here and stopped, it was straight on with my jacket. Really different temperature straight away. So that's a little bit more of a view of where we're heading, but we've definitely broken the back. Like, we've got one more down, a real steep up, and then we're at the highest point, or as I mentioned yesterday, what we think is the third highest point on the whole TA. So hopefully, it's a bit windy, hopefully there's not much cloud and it'll blow this away and we can see everything. But we'll go around that corner in a minute and we'll see. Bye. So this is the first lake we're coming across, and that's the Blue Lake. We're just lucky there's been a bit of a break in the cloud so we can actually see it. And we move on to the next two lakes after this. I think that's called Emerald Lake. That's somewhere over there, and we actually walk through a crater. You might be able to see some little dots down there. It's a bit hard through the cloud, but there's some people just going across a crater down the bottom there. And then we've got quite a steep climb to the highest point. But yeah, pretty lucky, at least we can see the Blue Lake. Just another view of it there. It almost looks greenish blue, really. It would be nice if the sun was shining, but we get to take the good with the bad. It's pretty, it's like Mars up here, really. That's all the wind and the clouds moving. Hopefully when we stop for lunch we'll have time to do a time lapse. Clouds just cleared a wee bit, so a bit of a view of where we're going at the moment. So that's our path just over there. Yeah, check that out, it's an old lava flow. It just finishes down here on the right. Amazing. These are the two Emerald Lakes. That's pretty. And we're about to go somewhere and find a spot for lunch. It's a bit hard to see, but we go up there somewhere to our highest point. Maybe the cloud will clear so I can show you, otherwise we're just going to be walking in the clouds. But we're going to try and have something to eat for lunch before we do that last climb. It's a bit hard to see the Emerald Lake down there, and it's clouded in, but this is where we're going, up this ridge, up into the clouds, and then we'll get to that highest point. So hopefully when we come down the other side it'll clear a bit and we start to get a bit more of a view back. See ya. So this section is just a slog up a scree slope. Can't see Tim, he's sort of disappeared into the mist up there. Vivian's going on fire, and there's John. He plods up a bit more like me. But yeah, 2 steps up, 1 step back. And unfortunately that's what I wish I could have shown everybody, but we're almost at the top now and it's just a whiteout. So this is a red crater area. You'll have to Google it if you want to see what it's like, or find someone who's come up here when they've had good weather. So that's how it is. Take the good with the bad and we'll push on. Just getting along here. I'm sort of just slightly ahead of the group at the moment. And there's one thing about walking in the clouds, it's just so quiet. It's just actually quite peaceful and beautiful in a strange way. If I got the choice I'd have the view, but that wasn't the case. But it's still beautiful. Just whatever nature throws at you, you deal with it. We just actually came across four ladies, all from Vietnam, and man, one of them freaked completely out, like just had vertigo, and I started talking to them, and they're not even halfway, not even close. They've got a far worse parts of track than this, and one of them holding on to a rock with white in her knuckles, just completely freaked out. And they said, we've got to keep going, our car's the other end. So we did a deal. The lady that's freaking out, she's actually coming with us at the moment to get her back to the car park at this end just for safety, and then they're going to come back in the car and pick her up. At least we know she's off the mountain and down somewhere safe with somebody coming to get her. We're probably going to have to push on from there because we're still going to get to Whakapapa, but they've got my phone number anyway to see. But apparently they were telling me in the toilets and that there, 3 people a week at this time of year get rescued off this track because they go in unprepared. So you can see how easy it happens with what we just came across. Anyway, I'll keep making the most of this. See ya. Okay, so I've just come down here and there's the hut. We could have stayed in that hut, but we decided we wanted to push on and get into Whakapapa. So we mustn't be near the end of the official walk now and getting near the car park. All right, we'll keep going. See ya. So we've left the Maniapoto hut turn off. Apparently this 9k is going to take 3 hours according to the dock sign, but yeah, we're all eagerly knocking out the last part of the day. And this is always the bit that seems to take the longest. All right, we'll keep going. And this is the end of the day when we just want to get there. And this is it, massive washouts on this track. So frustrating, we've probably only got 3k to go, but it's really slowing us up. This is where you twist an ankle if you're not careful. There we go again, more washout. Well, there we go, I'm zooming in. Believe it or not, that's a shadow, we can finally see it. About to disappear behind the cloud. Surely we're getting close now, we're down below back into the trees. Just can't see the shadow coming now, but man, we're all shattered. A 35k day is traditionally not long, but we climbed 1,500 meters today in difficult conditions with scree and stuff, so very much all looking forward to getting there. I'll check in again soon. This last section has actually been nice. Shame we're a bit too shattered to probably fully appreciate it. That's gorgeous. Taranaki Falls, 40 minutes. Won't be doing any side tracks today. And Whakapapa village, so 20 minutes to go they think. So this is a Scotel Alpine Resort with a bar and bar meals. And when we left it said 10-minute walk, and we're like, it's not 10-minute walk for hungry TA hikers. I think we've done it in about 5. Anyway, this better be good because we're all starving.